Spring is in the air, can't you feel it? We've got some mid-February snow this week in Presque Isle, Maine, but that won't deter this North Atlantic Conference playoff game from happening. The 6-seeded Terriers come up to take on the 3-seeded Owls. You're watching UMPI basketball on YouTube and WHOU.live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Wadeen Gymnasium for the site of today's North Atlantic Conference quarterfinal game. I'm Ricky Goupel. I'll be your play-by-play. Dave Gustin will be on our camera as we get set for the biggest game that this campus has hosted in a number of years. We'll have some history for you in a bit, but before we do, we've got a lot to discuss. We'll start first with the UMPI Owls, winners of 4 straight games in a row, sweeping their last 2 weekends to finish at 11-7 in conference. They came on in the 11th hour and claimed the 3 seed. And when they were all but finished in the second half of their game against Cobleskill a couple weeks ago, they've turned it around in a hurry and now sit at 13-12 overall. Turning the ship around has been the theme for this entire second semester. UMPI started out 2-10, won 11 of their last 13. Still, no one seems to be talking, though, about what UMPI has accomplished in this second half. They've been flying under the radar this entire time. Husson and Farmington are sitting at home watching these first-round games as they have earned the right to get a bye to the semis. Each of those teams will host the winner, with Husson set to host the winner of this game on Sunday. The Owls are coached by Dan Kane in his 9th season, known for second half turnarounds, and this is just the latest addition in a long line of examples where the Owls peaked toward the end of the season, coming off a historic year last year in which they set the program record for wins with 20. UMPI kind of felt the hangover of that season going into this year with injuries being a bugaboo, but they found their identity in the second half and look to be right where they want to be here at the end of the season. The Owls are not scot-free from the injury storyline yet, though. Still no Dwayne Williams, went out with a concussion almost a month ago, and then the illness bug has been impacting UMPI too. Alish Moreno will be out tonight with that, both Moreno and Williams hoping their team can get the job done tonight, as they might have a chance to be back in the next round. But UMPI has been haunted the last couple of seasons with postseason heartbreak. Lost to Farmington the last 2 years in the first round, and especially so last year when that historic season came to an end, marred by controversy on a last-second reverse layup by Farmington. Go look into it yourself if you're curious, but it's been a rough last 2 years for Coach Kane's team in the playoffs. You can see 2022-23, the last win that they had. A lot of these players remember the sting of those 2 losses and are dead set on not repeating that here tonight. Win today and your season is extended by at least a couple more days. The Owls are led this year by the duo of Aki McMichael and Doug McCalla, both coming off NAC awards over the last couple weeks. McMichael was a co-defensive player this past week, and Doug McCalla the player of the week before that. So these guys have been getting it done. Another guy worth a mention that has played such a consistently strong season is Tyson Engett, one of the best defenders this conference has, even though he hasn't seen the accolades for it, because there's no stats to describe what he does on the defensive side. Night in, night out, he guards the other team's best player and locks him up. Kind of the replacement for Miles Jones of last year for UMPI. Engett started every game for the Owls except senior night, the only player to do so, and he's been Mr. Consistency, so look for him to have a big game. He does it all, not just the defense. His offense is more than solid as well. A.J. Creech and Tariq Martin, some more guards for the Owls that have done an excellent job this semester especially. Standing in the Owls' way tonight and looking to pull off the upset are the Thomas College Terriers, also winners of 4 straight games and 6 of their last 8, so they're a very hot team as well. The Terriers finished the year at 11-14 and 10-8 in conference, sweeping the last 2 weekends, much like UMPI, including a big win over Cobleskill last weekend that actually helped out the Owls and put them in this game at home. But for Coach Marquise Mason-Pollard, who's in his 4th year, he has proven a lot this year with his young team. The Terriers were last in the NAC East a year ago, but would have been as high as 2nd in the West if they played in that division. But under the old format, they had the misfortune of all the good Maine teams being on their side, so they missed it last year. And this year they came out, dealt with some adversity of their own. They had a 4-game conference losing streak in January, but have bounced back and finished out the year strong and proven themselves worthy of being a playoff team, whereas last year they were definitely a playoff team, but the format was different. They are led through and through by TJ Blackman, the 5'10 sophomore out of Grenada, Mississippi. He's 8th in conference in scoring at 16.3 points per game, and he's in a plethora of other leaderboards as well. 4th in field goal percentage, 2nd in assists, 2nd in steals, 4th in blocks, and 5th in minutes played. The guy just does it all for Thomas. Last time these 2 teams played here in January, he was held in check in the first half relatively, but finished with 25 points, so it's a given that he's going to be the guy they want with the rock down the stretch of this game. The Owls will be ready for that. You can bet on it. So it may become a game about these secondary scores for Thomas. Isaiah Godley is next closest, a good rebounder as well. Jaden Desimone gives nearly 10 points from off the bench. Yasmo Muhammad, another one of their scorers. So who's going to be the one for Thomas to step up and apply more pressure on the Owls defense, which is, by the way, the #1 ranked defense in this conference. Nobody better in total points per game for the Owls. They allowed just 73.6 points per game. So can Thomas get to that mark? We shall see. The Terriers themselves lead in one category in the conference, and it's an important one. Field goal percentage, 41.8% they are, but although they are near the bottom in three-point percentage, ranking 9th at 33%, and UMPI, by the way, is first in defensive three-point percentage, holding their opponents to 29.5% from beyond the arc. So a lot to take away and a lot going into this matchup. Only time will tell of these two teams who split on the regular season. Thomas had a monster second half in their first opener meeting with the Terriers, won by 15, and then UMPI was able to ride a first half lead in their second matchup and went the distance. Even though Thomas put up 52 in the second half last time they played here, it was enough for the Owls, that first half lead, who won by 9 back on January 17th. So we mentioned the history going into this matchup. Those of you who follow UMPI on social media would have seen that the Terriers and Owls have been in this position with this exact seeding matchup in this location. Here's more on that. The last time that UMPI hosted a playoff game, you got to go back to the 15th of February in 2022. It was these Thomas Terriers who had the 6th seed that year in the NAC East, and it was an open tournament that year in the conference coming off the pandemic. But Thomas got off to a very fast start. They started up 8-0, had all the momentum, later 18-7 eventually. Sawyer Depre, the Caribou native, led the way for Thomas with 19 points on the night. Here's a couple of his buckets in the first half, but after that slow start, UMPI came surging back. They made 7 first half three-pointers, 7 of 12 they were as a team. Here's a few of them from Gilbert Jean and Griffin Jarrett. The Owls led by 13 points at halftime as they totally reversed the course. Thomas did make a comeback bid though, coming within 3 points with around 7 minutes left, but the Owls were able to close out the game. They made their free throws down the stretch, went on to win it by a score of 83-71. Griffin Jarrett had 23 points, Danny Harris 21, and Gilbert Jean Mendez had 25 to lead the Owls in scoring. Well, I've given you the journey both of these teams have taken to get here, their current numbers and some historical context as well. The only thing I have left to give you are the starting lineups and the tip-off, and we'll have that for you next, coming up here after this message in a few minutes. Check, check. The NCAA and North Atlantic Conference promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches, and spectators at today's contest. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Wadene Gymnasium. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wadene Gymnasium, home of the University of Maine at Presque Isle Owls. This evening's game features the number 6 seeded Terriers of Thomas College and your own UMPI Owls, the number 3 seed in the North Atlantic Conference. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America and those who defend our freedom with the playing of our national anthem. And now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Thomas Terriers, a 5'10 guard from Granada, Mississippi, number 0, TJ Blackman. A 6'1 guard from Freeman Township, Maine, number 3, Peyton Mitchell. A 6'4 guard from Greenville, North Carolina, number 10, Isaiah Godley. A 6'4 forward from Waterville, Maine, number 11, Spencer Minihan. A 5'11 guard from Sanford, Maine, number 20, Brady Adams. The Terriers are coached by Marquise Mason Pollard. And now for your University of Maine at Presque Isle Owls. A 6'5 forward from West Palm Beach, Florida, number 1, Doug McCalla. A 6-foot guard from St. Petersburg, Florida, number 2, Aki McMichael. A 5'10 guard from Augusta, Georgia, number 7, Tyson Engett. A 6'1 guard from Baltimore, Maryland, number 14, AJ Creech. And a 6'1 guard from Baltimore, Maryland, number 14, Tariq Martin. The Owls are coached by Dan Kane and assisted by Eli Smith. Our athletic trainer today is Mr. Brian Morrison. Our officials are Rich Napolitano, Bo Sow, and Justin Meter. And we are back and ready for basketball here at UMPI. I'm Ricky Goupel with you. Dave Gustin on our camera doing a great job. Happy to have you for tonight's North Atlantic Conference quarterfinal rounds. A home playoff game at UMPI for the first time in 4 years. The Owls got hot at the end of the year and earned the right to host. Thomas, also a very hot team. Winners of 6 of their last 8 and 4 straight. UMPI winners of 4 straight and 11 of their last 13. Ball is in the air and controlled by Thomas, and away we go here. You're watching UMPI Athletics on YouTube and WHOU.live. Ricky Goupel with you. TJ Blackman to the right side. He lobs it down into the post. It's Godley. Lost it out of bounds and right over to UMPI. Aki McMichael to take it up. A good rowdy crowd here on tap at UMPI. New people would show out for a playoff game. Inside it's Martin. Back out to McCalla. And here's a corner 3 for AJ Creech, and he hits it in the face of Isaiah Godley, and he shoots him a look, and UMPI draws first blood, 3-0. Good shot from Creech. The Owls are on the board. Creech has been the guy to deliver that for UMPI as of late. That first strike of the game. Here's Minahan. Up top, it's Adams. Inside, and he kicks back to Minahan. These teams split on the regular season. It was a 15-point win for Thomas back in December and a 9-point win for UMPI about a month ago. On January the 17th, a month and 2 days ago, the Owls with a stop. We're 1 minute and 6 seconds in, and Aki McMichael will take it up. The biggest game this school has hosted in a long time. They hosted some playoff games in the 90s, back when UMPI was part of the Maine Athletic Conference. They were a 3 seed a lot in that conference. Here's a mid-range jumper from Aki. It's no good. That was McMichael on the miss, and a rebound by Thomas. Isaiah Godley to take it up. He'll go to TJ Blackman, their best player. Now in the corner, Adams for 3, off the mark. Hits the side of the backboard. He's going to hear it from the student section. And now Martin in transition is fouled, and he will go to the line. A rowdy start, and this crowd is ready for it here today. Some Thomas fans made the trek up as well. A lot of Maine players for the Terriers. Martin at the line, hits the first. It's 4-0 Owls. Our officials today, Rich Napolitano, Bo Sow, and Justin Meter, as Martin misses the second. 4-0 Owls here, 18-15 in the first. Thomas will work it around. Up top, it's Peyton Mitchell. He gets it to the right side. Godley, he'll reset with Adams up top, and Minahan. Fakes left, now goes right. Minahan side of the lane, stops and pivots around. Into Blackman, and now a runner inside. Mitchell turns it over, but he's fighting for it back. It's loose on the floor. McCalla dives on it for UMPI. He's able to outlet, but a little too out of control. The Owls were trying to push. Inbounds for Thomas after that helter-skelter. Blackman up top for the Terriers. Blackman a hezzy move. Now he'll go to the left at the left elbow. Back, and here's a pull-up J from Mitchell, and it's good, and Thomas is on the board here with a jumper from Mitchell. Tyson Engett for UMPI. McCalla, now Creech. Swung to McMichael over on the right wing. McMichael. Martin, they'll work it around, it's Creech, and now Engett in the left corner. Engett back up top to Aki McMichael with 10 to shoot, it's Engett. Will fire, 4-3, it's good. Tyson Engett from the left wing, cans the three and up, he's on top 7-2, a couple of threes in the early going, one from Creech and one from Engett. A 5-point lead for UMPI. Here's a catch and shoot, deep shot from Adams, no good. Martin went up for it, unable to save it on the end line there, but here's another look at the Tyson Engett triple. A possession ago. You see him catch this. This is a pretty deep range shot for Tyson. He's usually very smart with his shot selections, but he felt good with where he was, and he hits. 7-2 Owls. Thomas. Adams, and now it's back to Godley. Mitchell, and now Minahan. It's it back to Godley. He was cutting. He lost it, though. Doug McCalla picks it up for UMPI across the midcourt line. He's waiting for somebody. He's able to get it over. Dangerous pass to Engett, but he saves it. Now in the corner, it's Creech. Tyson Engett, a skip pass all the way over. McMichael for three. Shots are falling in the early goings for the Owls as Aki McMichael drains one. And it's 10-2 UMPI. Great student section, great crowd. Mentioned some Thomas fans as well, and it's a playoff atmosphere here in Wadene. The runner is no good. McMichael with a stop, and UMPI will pull it ahead. Here's Tyson Engett in the paint, kicks it. Creech, he'll stop. Out to Engett, and now back over to McCalla. A corner three for him, no good. UMPI finally gets a miss, but a nice board from Martin. He throws it right to Spencer Minahan, though. Desperation save attempt goes to the Terriers. Now underneath, oh, great pass. Blackman can't get the reverse. Underneath the miss, and Minahan has cleanup duty. That's the second bucket for Thomas here. 15:45. Remember, there are media timeouts in playoff games, so be on the lookout for that. The next dead ball, it will be one. Aki McMichael. Now to Tariq Martin. Engett. McMichael catches. He's got a left wing three on the way. It's wide to the left. Tipped and rebounded there by Thomas. It's outletted to Blackman. 15-20 in the first half. Blackman, a spin move inside. No whistle. Couldn't get it to go. The Owls stand strong. They're able to get a miss from TJ Blackman. Still scoreless for Thomas. Oh, nice pass inside. McMichael gets free to the hoop. And it's 12-4 Owls. What a loud environment we have here. Blackman stops to the left side. Up top to Godley. Work it around. Minahan with McCalla on him. It's a straight man for UMPI. They're bread and butter on defense. Now here's a jab step. Mitchell stops, and now back up top to Adams with a shot clock winding. He spins around, gets it to go, and it's good. What a shot by Thomas from Brady Adams. As the shot clock was expiring, he gets it to go. Now McCalla kicks out. McMichael. Martin inside. Stops to the block, trying to step his way through. No good, it tipped. And Martin fighting for it, tips it back out to McMichael. Here's Engett, a pull-up J from the right elbow, hits. Engett with an answer. We're 2 minutes under 16 minutes. Still haven't had a dead ball to be able to take the media timeout. As the game goes back and forth, 14-6. I'll be in front with a good start. Here's TJ Blackman. Now a jab set by Godley inside the paint. He goes up, no good. On the rebound, Engit will be fouled by Minihan, the game's second foul here at 13:44, and that'll be the media timeout. Owls in front 14-6, and a good start for UMPI. (14-6) UMPI, and they'll have it out of the U16 media timeouts. Having the medias do change how a game is coached and managed, as McCalla lost it out of bounds. But you only have 4 timeouts now, 3 30s and 1 60. And then of course you get the media timeout, which is a 60-second break every 4 minutes or so. But it does change how things are managed. Both these coaches have coached in the postseason before. I think this is Marquise Mason-Pollard's second appearance as a head coach, if my memory serves me correctly. A couple of years ago they were in it as a 4 seed in the NAC East. Into the game for Thomas, it's Isaiah Corson inside, almost had Blackman. Blackman with his own miss, up and out. Blackman cannot buy one right now, and UMPI lucky that he hasn't gotten going, although none of his looks have been clean. James Yamashita into the game. Now cutting is McMichael, no whistle, it's loose. Thought maybe there'd be an offensive foul there, but they play on. Jaden Desimone is in for Thomas along with Yasmo Muhammad. Inside, here's Desimone for 3 from the right wing, wide rights. Didn't draw a rim, and now UMPI up ahead. Yamashita thought about a 3, now gets it back to Engit. And now Creech will reset. Still an 8-point lead for the Owls. Yuki Ishibashi making his way to check in. McMichael and Yamashita. Swung to McCalla, and now Engit again. Engit got a lane. Oh, nice take by Tyson Engit. He couldn't get it to go, and a foul there. With 12:32, we could be around 32 seconds from our next media. Mentioned the veteran crew here, officiating crew, Rich Napolitano, Bo Sao, and Justin Meter. They get it into McMichael, who'll lay it in, and the Owls are on top by 10. 16-6. Peyton Mitchell out of the right side. It's Corson, the side of the lane. His pass deflected. Corson is able to get it back and saves it somehow. Now getting free here underneath is Mitchell. And a broken play for Thomas that turns into 2 points. Aki McMichael, little shake and bake. And now back to Ishibashi. Ishibashi in the paint. The turnaround jumper in and out. It's rebounded by Thomas. Now Jaden Desimone will take it, a little hezzy. Desimone to the block, off the glass and in. Wow, nice finish from Jaden Desimone off the bench for Thomas. Here is Engit. Now McMichael behind his back, thought about stepping back. Now it's Yamashita, will swing it to Ishibashi. In the high post, Doug McCalla with Corson on him. Good quick move from Doug. He gets free to the left side and lays it in. Big answer for UMPI is Thomas had back-to-back buckets, but now it's back to an 8-point lead for the Owls. 18-10 here with 11:09 to play in the first half. The Owls with a lot of three-pointers early. Inside here's Muhammad, back to Blackman, looking for a shot. He'll get one, but it's off wide to the left, so he has not started. as well as he would have hoped. Here's Yuki Ishibashi through to the paint. Inside, he hands it off for McMichael. Underneath, no angle, has to dish it to McCalla on the left side. A swing and reset with Ishibashi, and now back to McMichael in front of the students for three. Aki McMichael hits on another triple, and it's 21-10, UMPI. Biggest lead they've had. Yasmo Mohammed take it up for the Terriers. The next dead ball, we will have another media timeout here. Blackman at the right elbow with Ishibashi defending. Blackman backs him down, got lost of it, got it back, still got it back. Now he'll try a baseline J, short. Ishibashi with a rebound for UMPI. And now they'll try to push. Yuki Ishibashi now will slow things down. And it's Doug McCalla. Give it to Yamashita up top. That's twice now under the 12 and under the 16 that we haven't had a dead ball in 2 minutes. Yamashita for three, no good. And rebounded by the Terriers. Still going here in a fast-moving first half. The Owls on top by 11. Under 10 minutes here in the first. Peyton Mitchell has it. He gets it to Blackman at the paint. The free throw line, kicks it back out. Now Mitchell will try a three. No good. It airballs, but they save it. Desimone on the right side. Lost it. The Owls with a steal. McCalla has it. He outlets up ahead to Engit. And now Tyson Engit. All good bounce pass to Yamashita inside. No whistle. It goes out of play. Deflected, and will stay with the Owls. But now we'll have our media timeout. With 9:25, the U12, we will take it here. The Owls on top by 11, 21-10. Coming up at the halftime, we got our first half stats breakdown, along with an interview with an UMPI alumni, Griffin Jarrett, and then some first half highlights. So don't miss that. Don't go anywhere. Keep the game on. Go get your snack. We'll have an interview coming up at the half. Owls to take it out and line out after the media timeout. Neither coach has taken one yet. 330s and 160 they get in games where media timeouts are implemented. Swing it around, it's Engit. Very clean first half. Just 3 fouls for Thomas, 0 for UMPI. Ishibashi. It's exactly what UMPI would hope for, where they have Williams and Moreno out. 5 to shoot here. Pull-up jumper from Creech is no good. Martin with the board, wrestles for it. Loose and picked up by Yamashita. And now Yamashita will try a midi, and he hits it. Another broken play, turning into points. This time it's UMPI, the beneficiaries of a fortuitous bounce. Thomas to take it up. It's Jaden Kim at the midcourt logo. Now gets it to Minihan. And back to Kim here on the right side with Ishibashi on him. Kim will go into the block. There'll be a foul first. This is the first foul at UMPI now on Yuki Ishibashi. Didn't see the end of it. Thought maybe there was a push-off from my angle. That's what Coach Kane is asking about. You can say before that push-off, Ishibashi must have clipped him. So a 13-point lead for UMPI, and line out for Thomas. Tough place for the Terriers to go on the road here. UMPI, when this gym is full of UMPI fans, is a tough environment to play in. The Owls went 7-6 in the first semester at home. Here's a three on the way from Kim, a deep one, no good, and now an off-ball foul on Tyson Engit. Here's a look at that one. You can see the miss from Kim, and then I think, well, maybe it wasn't on Engit, maybe it was on somebody else. Either way, Thomas will have it underneath. The Terriers able to save it here. Shot clock half gone here, 10 to shoot. Minihan now in the paint here. Hebert into the game, pulls out mid-range, good. Coach Kane wanting another push-off, doesn't get it. 23-12, but both coaches relatively happy here in the start of this game as far as officiating goes. There's a rebound by Jaden Kim of Thomas, and he'll push. There's 3 fouls on Thomas and 2 on UMPI here in the early goings. A pull-up jumper, Muhammad, no good. I say early goings, we have 7:40 left in the first half. They'll reset it now, a deep 3 on the way from Desimone, no good. Another rebound for the Terriers, so they're cleaning up the offensive glass. Muhammad, a nice take, and he gets it to go off the glass with the left hand. Yamashita. Now Martin, and back to Tyson Engett. Engett stops in the paint, spins around, he's fouled, and Tyson will go to the line here with 7:13. Here's a look at that last make by Yasmo Muhammad. Off the miss from Kim, a deep 3 ball. Thomas hasn't shot the 3 well so far. They are the worst team percentage-wise shooting the 3 in the conference. There's Muhammad's finish here. And we'll have our U8 media timeout with 7:13 to play. Here's a look at the North Atlantic Conference playoff brackets. We got Cobleskill and MMA. That will start around 6 p.m. I can't believe it's only 5:47. And there's 7:13 left in the first half. This game started at 5:30. So we're moving quick here, but Thomas and UMPI, Cobleskill MMA, the 2 quarterfinal matchups, and you'll see who the winners will play. I messed up on that graphic. That should be Cobleskill/MMA taking on UMF in the next round. But you get the picture. And UMPI or Thomas will take on Hassan on Sunday. Both of those schools, Hassan and Farmington, also hosting women's games. Farmington hosts a quarterfinal, and Hassan will host a semi. Two shots coming up for Tyson Engett here. And he's good on the first. And get a good free throw shooter, 71.4% on the year. They got both. 24-14, Aki McMichael coming back in for the Owls. He's been sitting on the bench for a minute here. Good breather for him, keep him fresh. The Owls' leading scorer is back in the game. Desimone bounces it in to Jaden Kim. And he can walk it up the court with AJ Creech defending. The Owls out there with 4 of their starting 5. Everyone but Tyson Engett, who does average the most minutes for UMPI. In the paint. Godley got through, now kicks it out to Minihan in the corner. He fakes, now takes it to the right elbow. Great pass from Minihan in there. Trying to find Desimone, almost had the reverse. Would have been a pretty bucket, but the Owls are able to get a stop. And now McMichael swatted in there by Godley. Who's this going to be last touched? It was last touched by Martin. Take another look here at this block by Thomas, as Coach Marquise Mason Pollard saying, let's keep up this intensity here. It was 6:41 in the half. You see McMichael going quick here, up the middle. A little bit to the left side, but wow, what a block. Happy to have you for today's broadcast. You're watching YouTube, UMPI Athletics YouTube, or WHOU.live. It's a simulcast. In the paint. To the block, up off the glass and out, tipped and controlled by UMPI there on the end line. It's Aki McMichael, able to get out of trouble now. He goes to the ground. We'll have a block call on Desimone. And Desimone is frustrated. But I don't think he had established legal guarding position there in order to take the charge. It was just kind of a hard physical play that he ended up on the bad end of it. Here is another look. Coach Marquise thought he was considering taking a timeout. Looks like we're going to go here. Here's McMichael, right side for UMPI. Turns around, a little midder, no good. Rebounded by Thomas. Isaiah Godley up ahead with 6:04 in the first half. Godley kicks it out. It's Minahan. Work it around. Here is Nate Hebert. He'll drive left side. Hebert's fouled, and he'll get to the charity stripe. It'll be Thomas's first free throws of the night. Hebert, 6'1" guard, just a freshman for Thomas from Gray, Maine. He was co-rookie of the week a couple weeks ago. Back on the 9th. Now 6 of 7 from the line on the year. Small sample size for him. He averages around 12 minutes in one start this year, and get back in for James Yamashita. So Thomas makes both. 25-16. The scoring is slowing a little bit here as the pace of play. And McMichael. Top, we got an off-ball foul here on Thomas. If we can catch that one. It was on Mitchell. Very hard to see off-ball fouls as the average casual viewer, not an official. So you're always looking at the ball. Dumpy's ready to go. We won't get that in time. Inside, McCalla lays it in. Good, strong finish for Doug McCalla. It's 27-16. Cross midcourt. Right in front of myself. Thomas will have it, and they'll swing over to the left side. It's TJ Blackman. Blackman still scoreless, I believe, in this game. Inside the paint, he's trying to end it right here. Gets through, able to lay it off the glass and in. And there's Blackman's first bucket, unless I'm mistaken. It's 27-18. McMichael right side with the answer for UMPI. Getting through and carving his way to the rim for 2 points, and the Owls answer. 29-18. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Godley inside, lost it and got it back. They're still fighting in there. Godley with Martin, and we got a whistle for steps. Godley trying to go to work in the post. Here's that last take from Aki McMichael. Doing what he does, getting to the rim for the Owls in transition. Nobody better. They've had some contact. They play, no whistle. Been a consistently officiated game, I would say. Thomas with 16 fouls, UMPI with 3, but I'd say as far as what they're letting go and what they're not has been fairly consistent so far. Which is all you can ask for. Aki McMichael bounces it to Doug McCalla. Skipped it all the way over in the corner. Here's Creech, catch and shoot for 3, too strong. Pulled down by Minihan. 4:25 to play. There's a buzz in this building that hasn't been here all year long. You can feel it. This crowd showing their support for UMPI Athletics. Jumper is good though. Great answer from Nate Hebert. Single-digit game again, 29-20. The Owls on top. Doug McCalla can take it up for UMPI now. Gets it to McMichael up top. He turns. McMichael bounces it in there to McCalla, going to work in the post. Has to kick out. Martin and get up top. It's Creech. And now McMichael, a right wing. And he'll step into a mid-ranger. No good. Martin there with a rebound, though. The Owls can reset with 3:45 in the first, trying to grow on this first half lead, much like they did in their last matchup here on January the 17th. The Owls led by 16 at half of that one. Here's a jumping fadeaway jumper by McMichael, and it's good. Aki McBiddy is in full effect here. Now a 3, Minihan hits it right in the face of Doug McCalla. Big shot for Thomas. At 3:15, next dead ball will be another media timeout. Actually, Coach Kane will take a 30. And this will become the media with 3:12 to play. Reminder, this game is being simulcast on UMPI Athletics and WHOU.live. WHOU.live, the home of Maine High School Sports, the best streaming company in Maine for high school basketball, as the tournament is in full swing down in Bangor, Portland, and Augusta. Watch there, and be sure to follow us on social media as well. UMPI Athletics on Facebook and at UMPI Athletics on Instagram. The Owls took the 30-second timeout. That will become the media. Both these coaches know that you cannot take 3 30s and 1 full into the second half with you when the media timeouts are implemented. So you can't take it with you. Might as well take a 30. That's what Coach Kane did. So now both coaches have taken a, actually no, Marquise Mason-Pollard hasn't taken a 30. So that does become the media though at 3:12. Owls will work it around. McCalla, left wing. Looking for some movement now to Ishibashi, and Engit will stop at the free throw line, kicks out. Here's Martin settling for 3, no good. Sets his feet into a 3, should say. It rattles out. The Owls will settle for an 8-point lead with 2:52 to go. Thomas trying to go on a run here to get into the locker room and cut into this lead that UMPI has had the entire time. Wire to wire, they've had it. TJ Blackman. Inside, they kick it out. Minihan will try a right wing 3. It's short. And out of bounds. Back over to UMPI. The Owls led right now by Aki McMichael with 14 points in this first half. He's starting to take over. Tyson Engit's got 7. And Doug McCalla with 4. Here's the side of Thomas. Hebert has 6. Minihan with 5. And Mitchell with 4. Blackman, again, just the 2 points. Their leading scorer. Creech open for 3. Misses. Opportunity missed there for UMPI. So got a couple of 3s not go the last couple times down the floor. They still lead by 8 though. Blackman hands it off to Heberts. Now it's Blackman. He'll drive in the paint. Trying to work around Creech. Oh, great step through move. Missed, but got his own miss and tips it in. But it was earned by the step through move of Blackman there. And it's 31-25. McCalla. Martin. 1:35 in the first half. 6-point lead for UMPI. McCalla misses. So Thomas has gotten some stops as the Owls have gotten cold from the field here. It is official now. Blackman back to Minihan. He'll drive. Kick out into the corner. A big shot on the way. It's no good, but the tip in is by Isaiah Godley, and Thomas is back within 4. 1:15 to go, not the end of this first half that the Owls would have wanted. And they have dominated most of the way. Now they turn it over. Creech gets it stolen away by Blackman. Blackman gonna try to take him on, off the glass and out. Rebound fought for, and a foul on Thomas as Engit got cleaned out. (31-27). You could feel the energy in this building. We're up to 170 viewers on YouTube. Obviously the most we've had all year long here in this playoff game. Owls are in the bonus as well. It's 1-1 for UMPI as Engit will go to the line. A good free throw shooter for the Owls. Engit hits the first. Again, the only level of basketball you'll see 1-1 rather is college men. I love it. You have to earn that second one. And the second is good. Muhammad. Out of Hebert. Blackman. Muhammad, under a minute here, 33-27. Now at the elbow. That was Mitchell. Out the other elbow, working his way through. Godley blocked by Martin. Get that out of here, he says. And the Owls with a stop there. That's a highlight from this first half. UMPI now with about a 7-second differential between the shot and the game clock here. 25 seconds in this first half. They'll work it. Martin goes to the right side, lost it though. Unforced turnover there. Now the shot clock's off with 15 seconds. Thomas can go and hold for one. Actually, a timeout will be taken by Coach Mason Pollard, and he knows you cannot take the 30-second with you into the second half, so he'll take one here. And it's 33-27. Just a 30-second timeout with 13.9 left in the half. Here's a look to how the season ended in the North Atlantic Conference. The standings, the top six of the playoff teams. UMF with what a season they had. 20-5 overall, 17-1 in conference. Husson 15-3. UMPI 11-7. MMA 11-7, but the Owls had the tiebreaker thanks to the National Power Index. Cobleskill 10-8 and Thomas 10-8. And then pretty decent gap there between Thomas and Delhi. Finished three games behind the Terriers at 7-11. Linden 5-13. Leslie 4-14, and Johnson 0-18. This is the first year under this new format, though, all one division, and I love the change that the North Atlantic Conference made to go one division, no East-West, one division, and the best teams truly get into the postseason. (33-27). With 13.9 left, Thomas going to try to get one more bucket here going into halftime and take the momentum. It's Godley with McCalla on him. We get a foul first by Doug McCalla. 7.9, that's a cheapie here at the end of this first half. A cheapie as in it hurts the Owls big time because now Doug McCalla picked up a foul. It's just his first though, but now if that does come back to haunt him, it's definitely one they could have done without. Didn't need to contest like he did there. He's trying to make a strong play. They get him for the foul. Into the corner. Hebert bounced it to Blackman at the rim. Finished and one. The foul goes on Joel Hodge. That's exactly what Thomas wanted here. A momentum shifting play at the end of this first half. Here's another look. Blackman much smaller than Joel Hodge. We'll see if that played into it. Yeah, no, that is a foul. You have to call that. And Blackman is able to get the finish. Just an unfortunate decision by Joel Hodge. He went up, tried to contest, but I mean, hindsight is 20/20, right? So now Blackman is at the line, and he converts. And Thomas was in three here with 4.3 seconds. McMichael, now Ishibashi with one. Did he get it off in time? It won't matter. It is off the mark. And the first half comes to a close. 33-30, the Owls on top as Thomas closed the gap there towards the end. Here's a look at the first half stats and the leaders. Hebert leads Thomas with 6, a balanced attack from them. Minnehaha's 5 and Blackman with 4. And UMPI is led by McMichael with 14. He's got 5 rebounds as well, on pace for another double-double, and get 9 and 3. McCalla 4 and 3 for UMPI. And here's the team stats. The Owls shot a little better. 4 threes from them. Rebound battle close, but Thomas has the edge. 20 points in the paint for the Terriers, and the turnovers neck and neck. That is why we have a 3-point game here at half. We'll have an interview here with Griffin Jarrett coming up in a moment. Don't go far. I'll have him here on the mic in a second. No, we'll stand yet. Just a second. I got a graphic here. Yeah, it's up there at that camera, yeah. So, standing by here with Griffin Jarrett, one of the best alumni, second all-time leading scorer here at UMPI. A lot of memories on this floor, Griff, and I talked about it pregame 4 years ago, last home playoff game that UMPI had. Do you have any memories from that game against Thomas?
Yes, I remember because we were playing against, I think Sawyer Depre was playing for them too. I remember that, and then I think we had to go to the playoffs and play Husson, I think, that weekend. So it's similar to what UMPI's doing this year, but I only got to play once on this new floor. They did the restoration, but it was unreal. I miss it. Like, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Any favorite games from we'll talk about your high school coaching in a bit, but any favorite games from your college career playing for the Owls? You had a lot of big ones, a lot of close ones, competitive games, and you were in the playoffs every year, but any ones that stick out?
One of the Vermont teams that came up, I think we had a home game where I had a game winner from half court. I think that was one of the Vermont teams. Delhi, yeah. That one is up there, and then I'd probably have to say Husson in tournament my senior year.
Yeah.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, 38 points, was it? Your senior, yeah, career high for you, but
I missed
30. Okay.
So
there you go. You would have had a 40 burger. Yeah. The one person ahead of you on the all-time leading scoring list is Terry Cummings. He's in the building tonight. You finished with 1792. Terry and you, obviously, you played for him in high school. Then you end up coaching against him now. It's kind of a full circle moment. How can you talk about the transition to coaching from playing?
It's a lot different. As coaching, when you want something done, you can't just go do it. You have to try to find a kid that can go out and do it. So that's been the hardest part. Like beating a full court press, it's like I would usually dribble through it. Now it's like, you guys have to pass through it. And it's like, I don't know, it's just a tough transition sometimes. But coaching's been awesome. It's filled the gap from not being able to play. So I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Coach Griffin Jarrett, the coach of the Central Rusick High School Panthers. Your second season wrapped up. First season you were a 3 seed, second season an 8 seed. How do you feel with what you've gotten out of the boys in the first 2 years of coaching? I'm sure there was a lot of learning experience on both sides.
Yeah, the boys did a great job. I mean, I turned around the culture 100%. They had a new coach come in and change everything they were doing, so they adapted well. I came in and most of the kids were super, super young. We had only one senior this year, and last year we were mostly sophomores. This year they were juniors. Kids are coming a long way, and as the class that we're in now is tough. So we lost to a good Machias team in tournament who was full of seniors, and I'm excited for next year. I wish we could have gone further this year, but I'm really excited for next year. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, 33-30 right now. UMPI in front. They led by double digits at one point. Thomas kind of closed the gap at the end of the first half of momentum. What are you saying here for Coach Dan Kane in the locker room? See if the Owls can pull this thing out.
I mean, this game's physical. I forgot, doing high school all year, how physical these games are. I just think that they need to keep pushing the ball. Every time they push the ball, they get good things, and they're getting good shots. They just haven't hit them. They had open looks, and Thomas made a little run, but I know Coach Kane's going to brew something up in the second half, and it's going to work because he's a great coach.
Absolutely. These Owls love the close ones and the stressful finishes. I'm sure you had a lot when you were a player as well, but I hope you enjoy the game. I appreciate you doing this. Yeah, thanks, Griff. Up a good rowdy crowd here on tap at UMPI. New people would show out for a playoff game. Inside it's Martin, back out to McCalla. And here's a corner three for H.A. Creech, and he hits it in the Martin, he'll work it around, it's Creech. And now Engit in the left corner. Engit back up top to Aki McMichael with 10 to shoot. It's Engit. Will fire 4-3. It's good. Tyson Engit from, it's outletted to Blackman. 15-20 in the first half. Blackman, a spin move inside. No whistle, couldn't get it to go. The Owls stand strong. They're able to get a miss from TJ Blackman, still scoreless for Thomas. Oh, nice pass inside. McMichael gets free to the hoop. Step. Mitchell stops, and now back up top to Adams with a shot clock winding. He spins around, gets it to go, and it's good. What a shot by Thomas from Brayton. Out of the right side, it's Corson, the side of the lane. His pass deflected. Corson is able to get it back and saves it somehow. Now getting free here underneath is Mitchell. In and out. It's rebounded by Thomas. Now Jaden Desimone will take it. A little hezzy. Desimone to the block, off the glass and in. Wow, nice finish from Jaden Desimone off the bench for Thomas. Dish it to McCalla, left side. A swing and reset with Easter Bashi. And now back to McMichael in front of the students for three. Aki McMichael hits on another. We're back for the second half of action here. The Owls on top, 33-30. Apologize, some of the highlights got cut short. I ran out of time as there were a lot of them in the first half as McMichael starts the second half with a basket. And he's up to 16 now in the basketball game to lead the Owls. Hope you are just joining us and getting back on here. 5-point lead for UMPI. Here's Thomas settling into their first possession. Inside, Blackman, our runner, is good. Thomas went on a run there at the end of the first half to close the gap. And get it back to three. UMPI led by as many as 11 at one point. A crossover move. McMichael starting to take over as he finishes. Big basket there for the Owls. It's 37-32. Here's another look at that finish from McMichael. He's able to hit on the free throw. And now Thomas going the other way. A minute gone here in the second half. The winner to play Husson on Sunday afternoon, likely 1 p.m. as the Husson women will be hosting as well. Loose ball on the floor. It's picked up by Thomas. They keep it, and they'll reset. Here's Blackman. Down inside, he gets it to Godley. His floater goes, and it's back to 4, 38-34. Inside, McCalla with the answer for UMPI on the right side of the rim. Lays it in. Up top, they'll swing it around. Now a bounce pass stolen there by A.J. Creech. The outlets to McMichael. The Owls with a stop, almost taken away by Mitchell at midcourt. Now N gets in trouble. Needs to find somebody. He does to Creech. Right at the logo, and now he'll toss it over to McCalla. McCalla crossover, spinning left side, lays it in again. And Doug McCalla is getting going now with a beautiful take. And the UMPI crowd is back in it. 42-34. Here's Minahan on the right wing. Now up top. Minahan again. The Terriers were as close as three, but never closer. They're going to try to cut back in it now. Blackman in the paint, kicks it out. Mitchell thought about it. Now he'll drive. No call, they say. Incidental as he finishes. I was going to say no contact, but there certainly was contact. They say it was incidental. Not worthy of a whistle. And Thomas is back within 6. Here's McCalla. They'll swing it to Creech. Had a 3 to start the game. Had another one later, I believe. The Owls with 4 in the first half as a team. Felt like more. Had a lot of big ones in big spots. Inside, there's the give to Tariq Martin from Aki McMichael. McMichael has been a stat stuffer lately. He had a double-double on both games last weekend. 13 rebounds the first day, 15 the next. He's been getting it done, and he's had a lot of assists, very few turnovers. Michael rounding into the form of the right time here this season. Not that he's ever been flat. Here's a three on the way, and it's good for Thomas. Peyton Mitchell from the top makes it drop, and it's 44-39. Great crowd we have for you here at Woodeen Gymnasium. A good crowd online as well. Inside the give to Martin. He's fouled, and he finishes. Tariq Martin with a big exclamation point. The Owls so far answering the bell here to this Thomas comeback bid. Here's a look at that one. Inside the give to Martin. Just how strong of a guy he is. Barely affected at that play there. And the shot is good. Apologize, didn't have our rim mics there for the first almost 4 minutes of this half. Forgot to plug it back in. After doing the interview with Griffin Dredd at half. Inside, Mohammed gives it in there for Desimone. He misses the bunny, and the Owls will take it away. Here comes Ishibashi. Now Engit and Creech and McCalla with 15:50 to play in the game. The Owls are on top by 8. Here's a drive by Creech to the rim. He misses. A good baseline take, and then Thomas almost turns it over in the back, but they're able to keep it. Now up ahead, Mitchell gets it back to Desimone. Tightrope in the sideline. Desimone at the right elbow now. And here's Mitchell, a hezzy. Now he'll go left side and then stop. Bounces it up top for Blackman. He's able to recover it as it rolls to the center court. Blackman dishes it left. And there's a travel on Peyton Mitchell. Timeout. That'll be the media here with 15:19 to play. The Owls still on top, now by 8. (47-39). The Owls are on top. They have it out of the media here with 15:18 to play. The U16 has gone by. Now Creech at midcourt crosses over. He keeps the dribble going with Blackman defending, making it tough. Now he'll bounce it to McCalla up top. Now Ishibashi will take his time for 3. Front iron. Thought he might get a roll for a second, but it goes right into the hands of Godley. The outlets up ahead to Yasmo Mohammed. Mohammed right in front of the Uppy students. Now turns, throws it to Blackman down low. Desimone for 3, left wing. Good. He's been waiting all night for that one to fall, and he does get it there. And we're back to 5. Big shot for Thomas. Engets, Creech. And back to Tariq Martin. Now going is McCalla, left side off the glass and in, his 3rd bucket of the half, and Doug McCalla is officially going now for UMPI. 49-42. Still no fouls for the Owls in this half. It took them almost 10 minutes to pick up their first. Back in the first half. No foul trouble really to speak of for anybody. Thomas did get UMPI to the bonus there in the first half, though, with around 7 or 8 fouls. Here's a baseline take. Nobody helped out as Mitchell got free to the rim. a breakdown defensively. Couple players with 2 fouls for Thomas, Minahan, Blackman, and then 5 different players with 1 for UMPI, and that's it for foul trouble. So it's good to see everybody will be out there pretty much for the remainder of this one. Here's a jumper on the way from Creech. He misses. And a rebound for Thomas, a one and done for UMPI. Here come the Terriers. Desimone now gives it to Blackman. A hush falls over the gym here for a moment. Blackman, catch and catch there with Mitchell. The lob inside to Muhammad, a little mismatch there. He's got Creech on him. Muhammad gonna back him down and get to the rim. And how about a hoop and harm for Thomas? Big bucket for Yasmo Muhammad, and here's another look here. You can tell as soon as he got it in the post, they had the mismatch. The Owls unable to switch. I don't know where the foul was personally, but it was a and one, and Thomas gets a big bucket. Creech and Martin check out here for a moment. Yamashita and Ishibashi, I believe, are the 2 new ones. Actually, Yuki's been out there. It's Yamashita and McMichael, I believe. For the back to a now 2-point game, the closest Thomas has had it. The Owls had it up to 8 at the media timeout. It's a 6-0 run to come out of it for the Terriers over the last 2 minutes and change. Here is Yamashita, a foul there. That'll be the 4th on Thomas in this half, or actually 3rd on the Terriers in this half. Tyson N get to inbounds. He does get it into Ishibashi. Ishibashi, tight pass there. And we'll get a kickball here on Desimone. It'll be side out for the Owls. You can take a look at the fans here today. Almost a packed house here at Woodeen. There was a lot of people when Farmington came up. Might have the only game that might have the edge. Remember, it's tournament week too, so a lot of local people that would be otherwise here are down in Bangor. Caribou played, both teams today. Ishabashi's hammered. They're at the rim. And Yuki will head to the charity stripe. Here's another look at that contact. Engie got it in the corner, went baseline, almost bumped there by Blackman, and then inside there's the real foul on Godley. He disagrees. 2 shots for Yuki Ishibashi, an excellent free throw shooter for UMPI. Yuki is a touch under 90%, 89.1% on the season. He doesn't quite qualify for the NAC leaderboards, which I disagree with. I think the standards should be lower for a lot of things on the conference leaderboards. Only one player on women's side qualifies for a 3-point percentage. I think that's a little harsh, personally. But anyway, I digress. Yuki Ishibashi, still one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. Hits both there, and they're big ones for UMPI, and they're back up 4. Godley now up 3 for a 3. A deep one for Muhammad, no good. Godley got the board. He is fouled underneath by McCalla, Doug's 2nd. Thomas now has Muhammad, who just picked up his 3rd, the only guy in the game so far to get to that mark. So look at some of the fans over on the right side of the gym. Thomas inbounds. Blackman, right side. The Owls have held him in check so far, but it's only a matter of time before he starts hitting shots. Inside Muhammad. Left side of the lane, pivoting around. Tough shot, no good. McCalla uses his length for the rebounds. Now he'll go the other way. McCalla up ahead, finds Enget along the end line, is able to tiptoe. Now Yamashita. Now McCalla again. He'll go left side. He's blocked by Godley there. And that brings a cheer from the Thomas faithful. And line out for UMPI, and get right into McMichael. Caught him napping. McMichael's got him all up in the air, and he draws some contacts. Who is it going to be on? It's on Godley. So McMichael will now head through the free throw line. It's the first one. Jaden Kim coming back in for the Terriers. 5-point lead for UMPI. It's been a great game so far. The Owls did lead wire to wire. They have not relinquished it. Although Thomas has been within 2. They led by 11 at one point in the first half. 8 was the biggest they've had it in this half as McMichael is able to hit both, and they're back up 6. The Terriers coming to the floor. Jaden Kim, the backup guard, will control it. Now goes to the right side, underneath, kicks out. Here's a 3 on the way from Godley. He got it. Big shot for Thomas, and they're back within 3. It seems like the Terriers have been doing just enough to make the big play and stay not within striking distance, but right in this game. They are in danger of completely wiping out this UMPI lead that is held throughout. Here's McMichael underneath. Has something to say. Now dishes out Yamashita, mid-range J, no good from the baseline, but a rebound by McCalla underneath. He's fighting, goes up and makes Doug McCalla take over the ball game. Why don't you? Another big bucket from McCalla. Now on this end, it's Muhammad, an up fake as Yamashita, great give underneath to Blackman, and he finished on this end, and Thomas has a chance to come back within 2. Just like I said, the Terriers seem to be doing just enough to make the big play. Here's a look at that hoop and harm. We'll have our media timeout with 11:12 to play. This is shaping up to be a good one. The Owls still in front, 55-52, and Blackman will be at the line for a chance at the 3-point play. See some of the UMPI students as the theme is white out here tonight. There's a decent amount of white over there. Wouldn't say it's a white out by any means, but definitely the predominant color. At the line here is TJ Blackman, a good free throw shooter. Makes the first, or the only one, and he does complete the 3-point play. 55-53 it is. Here is Yuki Ishibashi, the Owls' backup point guard. Hands it to Engit. Engit hesitates. Now back out to McMichael. Engit again. Yamashita for 3. No good. Trying for his own miss. It's loose. He's clipped on the way by, and Thomas will take it. And they have a chance to tie or take the lead here. Stripped almost, but Muhammad got it back. Now he'll turn around, fadeaway J, and we're tied at 55. Yasmal Muhammad with another big basket. We got a new ball game with 10:40 to go. McMichael trying to take it back. He's fouled, and he finished. Aki McMichael with the biggest basket of the night for UMPI. And we're just going big play for big play. Here's McMichael in the isolation. I'd stack him up with just about anybody in this conference. Look at that. He makes, and it's back to a 3-point UMPI lead just when Thomas had tied it at 55. The Owls hoping that they can stay in front. Thomas hoping that this is short-lived. Jaden Kim at the logo. Got us some space, right side to the rim. How about another and one? Jaden Kim with one as Tariq Martin came in and bumped him. And now Thomas has a chance to tie it. What a game we have unfolding here in this second half. Take a look at Kim, a little crossover, getting to the rim. Fouled there by Martin. Kim, a 57% shooter, and it shows its ugly head there as he does miss. Owls in front by the slimmest of margins. Here's Aki McMichael behind his back, the dribble. Now he'll hesitate, stops underneath, almost turned over. Martin somehow, some way got it back, and he finished. I'm saving a lot of highlights here in this second half. Every basket seems to be huge. Elbow for Thomas underneath. Whistle first. On the floor is the foul. It'll be the 5th on UMPI in this half. On Martin again, his 2nd though. Spencer Minihan coming back in along with Doug McCalla for UMPI. As Yamashita will exit. Terriers to inbound. Into Muhammad. It's a mismatch underneath. Muhammad fouled. And Yazmo will go back to the line here with Thomas down by 3. Muhammad missed on the first one. Yazmo a 75% free throw shooter. If I were a betting man, I'd say this next one he's gonna knock down. And he does. 2-point lead for UMPI. This game turning into an all-time classic. 60-58, Aki McMichael into the front court. Now McCalla and Engit. Engit right side, kicks out. Ishibashi, he hesitates, got some space, off the glass and in. Yuki Ishibashi with another big bucket, and the Owls are on top by 2 possessions again, by 4, 62-58. Here's Peyton Mitchell, out to Minihan. He'll swing it up top, and Thomas can set up. Bounces it into Mitchell again with Engit defending. Mitchell has to get rid of it. He does to Kim. Somehow gets it, and he's fouled. Almost finishes. Doug McCalla got caught over the top there. And now back to the line are the Terriers. The foul's starting to add up here. Just when I said nobody was in foul trouble, there have been a lot of them over the last few minutes. UMPI 3 guys with 2. Thomas 2 guys with 3, 2 with 2. All the Owls are in a little better shape there. There's a look at the quarterfinal game at the half. SUNY Cobleskill on top, 41-39 over MMA. So a great one unfolding down in Castine as well. A miss on the free throw. Owls get another split pairing. The student section happy to see it. They're trying to bring some momentum back into this building. Thomas has done a great job at taking the crowd out of it, especially in this second half. Here's Doug McCalla with 9 minutes to play. He'll drive. Doug, another finish for McCalla. Thomas cannot find an answer for him. 5-point UMPI lead. Kim to Godley over on the left wing. Godley took his time. Now take it across the top, and Minihan on the right side. And now it's Muhammad beyond the arc. Still all beyond the perimeter. Now a 3 for Kim. Pulls the trigger. He banks it home. What a lucky bounce for Thomas, but they will take it. And another big shot for the Terriers. McMichael on the other end finishes for 2. If you cannot feel the energy, basketball is not your thing. What a night this is at UMPI, with Thomas going punch for punch in this second half. Jaden Kim with Dean in a frenzy, almost, here on the right side. Now it's Godley, picks up his dribble. 10 to shoot here with Minihan inside beyond the free throw line, and now it's Jaden Kim. Kim with a tough shot, standing strong in there is McMichael, and the UMPI students are all standing and talking to Thomas after that one. But it's 66-62. The Owls on top with the under 8 media timeouts. 66-62, the Owls on top. Aki McMichael to take it up out of the under 8 media timeout. The Owls have had some classics in their playoff history. They'll work it around. Tariq Martin hesitates, but lost it on unforced turnover. Here comes Thomas. TJ Blackman trying to do it himself, now kicks out. Kim thought about a three, now skips it over. Muhammad inside, it's Mitchell. Over on the short corner, trying to back down Martin. Mitchell has to kick out to Minihan. Now it's Kim again, right wing. The pump fake, trying to step through, he does. Fouled, what a finish by Jaden Kim. I haven't seen a better one tonight. I'll raise you that one over any of them. Take a look. I don't know where the foul was, if it was before he stepped through or not. But either way, improbable finish, diving to the floor. McCalla, I think, yeah, got him on the, not the shooting arm, so that's why he really wasn't inhibited. I'll get some perspiration on the floor, and they'll mop that up here. Like 7:20 left. James Yamashita is in for Doug McCalla. As Doug picks up his 4th foul there, and that's a huge one. The Owls already thin at the 5 position. Dwayne Williams is hurt. Alish Moreno is sick with the flu. The Owls running small already, and now McCalla will have to go to the bench here with 7:20 left. That is a big, big call to go against McCalla. Engels. How do Yamashita, they bounce it to Tariq Martin on the right side. Has to kick out. Creech thought about a three, now he'll stop. Creech backing down his guy at the free throw line. Yamashita hands off to McMichael. Yamashita again, he'll trigger for 3. He's fouled in the act. James Yamashita will head to the line for 3 free throws. This happened in the last game against Linden of the regular season. Yamashita went to the line and coincidentally also went to the line for 2 technical free throws. Actually, I think it was against Johnson. But here's a look at this contact. Kim, I think he denied Yamashita for sure sold it, but Kim, I think, didn't let him land. Kind of stepped into his phone booth there, if you will. So Yamashita is good on the first one. Yamashita an 83.3% free throw shooter. The Owls are 2nd in the conference as a team from the line. These are big ones that could put UMPI back up by 2 possessions if he hits here. And it's good. Nylon on the 3rd. The Owls are on top 69-65. 6:53 to play. Isaiah Godley. The Owls trying to hang on, but Thomas has matched them punch for punch in this half. We'll see how the Owls are affected with Doug McCalla on the bench with 4 fouls and how long he stays there. McCalla had been taken over the second half. Inside a steal. He's trying to get it inside. Martin steps in there and makes the play. Now here's Creech. AJ Creech to McMichael, swings to Yamashita. Now Tariq Martin over on the right side again. The Owls out of their offensive set. He throws it away. This will be a backcourt, and McMichael knows it. He'll just pick it up and take the call. So a turnover there. Both teams turning it over here the last 2 possessions. There's the UMPI leaders. What a night from Aki McMichael. 26 points. Doug McCalla with 14. A lot of them in the second half. Tyson Enge with 9. Thomas's leaders are there. Blackman has gotten going. He's got 12. Mitchell with 11. And Kim with 9. 6:10 to play. Up top is Jaden Kim. Now Mitchell. Right side, Blackman on the elbow. He'll stop. Kicks out, 5 to shoot. A 3 on the way from Kim, too strong. And Martin is there for the rebound along the end line. He's harassed by Godley, but he gets out of it. And outlets to AJ Creech, and the Owls can slow things down. Engit swings to McMichael, a jab step. Aki with having one of his best nights of the season. Here when it matters most, but now Creech gets an opening left side. What an and one by AJ Creech. As the gym stands in appreciation for that one. Here's a look at the finish from Creech. So many big and ones in this half for both sides. See how the left side opens wide, nobody helped out, and then at the last second, Godley came in there and fouls him. It might be 4 on Isaiah Godley. I could be wrong. It is just 3 on him. Godley will stay in the game, but UMPI's on top, 72-65. Holding it is Godley. On the right side, Kim swings it. Here's Blackman with 12 in the game. Now back up top. Blackman played catch with Hebert, and now in the corner it's Muhammad. He's going to try to take on Engit, but dishes it off. Hebert a catch and shoot for 3, no good. What a rebound by Tariq Martin. He plays so big for a guy that's 6'1". He might as well be 6'5" under there. What a great rebounding guard he is. Yamashita swings to Engit. Inside Engit, the left side take. He couldn't get it to fall, tipped, and there's Martin again, but then he lost it out of bounds. With 4:57 to play in the game. Unbelievable contest. The Owls do hold the slim edge. Thomas, remember, did tie it at 55 at one point. They'll work it around. Up top, it's Kim and now Blackman. Right wing with Creech on him. He throws it inside, but a travel on Godley. He's frustrated, but regains his composure, wisely so. Here's a look at the steps from Isaiah Godley. They got it into the post entry with Martin all over him. Engit takes it up for the Owls. 7-point lead. Trying to add on now. A 3 would put him up by double digits, but UMPI definitely not going to force anything, playing with a slim lead. Here's McMichael, a step back. Now to Martin, almost on the give and go. Martin will take it himself though, left side, he traveled. And back over to Thomas, so traveled it for travel there the last 2 times. And it evens out. 7-point UMPI lead still with 4:18 to play. We're getting down to it. Really happy you joined us for tonight's North Atlantic Conference quarterfinal on UMPI Athletics and WHOU.live. Start of the second half down in Castine. Here's a jumper on the way, and it's good from Blackman. He's been trying to get that mid-ranger going. Engit kicks it out. Martin working around. A steal here by Hebert, willing his way to the basketball, but he's blocked by Aki McMichael. Take another look as we'll have our media timeout with 3:47. Perhaps the biggest burst of energy this gym has had all night long. But look at this great steal by Hebert. He thought he's going to take it all of himself, but McMichael times it perfectly and returned to sender there on a big block with 3:47 left. Owls on top, 72-67. .347 to play here at Whittier Gymnasium. Thomas ball off the block from Aki McMichael. Can the Terriers use the media timeout to their advantage here? They'll get it in. It's Godley. Poke free by McMichael. He dives for it. Going to the ground. McMichael still fighting with Godley. And we'll finally have a tie-up as the two are scrapping back and forth. It'll still be Thomas ball, but here's a look at that fight for the ball between McMichael and Godley. Both of them kind of getting up saying, I wanted something more than a tie-up, but wow, what a physical game. If this doesn't sum it up here, Martin was in there as well as Godley's all alone to fight for himself. He fights and keeps the possession. Now we have an official discussion here. They'll say we're good. Give a thumbs up to the table. We'll get going. 3:38 remaining. And line out again for the Terriers. Yasmo Muhammad bounces it in there. It's loose again, and now a tie up again. This time it'll be UMPI ball. The Owls win it with a couple of scrappy plays. They slap it loose, pause the loose ball and the held ball. Now they have it. Thomas going to put some pressure on, really for the first time tonight. It looks just to be a man-to-man. They're going to clear out for Creech. He'll take it up ahead. Creech looking for a pick. He still has it for UMPI with 3:20 to play. Creech hands it off to Engels. Owls trying to hang on to this 5-point lead. Every possession increasingly more important as Creech runs, and he finishes. What a take by AJ Creech. He's had a lot of big buckets in his second semester, but perhaps none of them bigger than that. Now a bounce underneath, a foul, and one by Blackman on the other end. Blackman back to the line. Here's a look at that AJ Creech finish. You know, so unselfish with the ball. The Creech took it through, sensed the opening, and got the floater to drop. James Yamashita will check out. One shot on the way for Blackman as Thomas can cut it back to 4 here. Been a nail biter, especially in the second half with Thomas, who closed out the first half on a run. We got a timeout here with 2:59 to play, 74-70. So that will become the media timeout. Apologize, was muted for a second. Had to sort it out and make sure, but it will in fact be the media. But Thomas does get charged with a 30 out of it. McMichael swings it around. Thomas with 130 and 160. UMPI with 2 30s and 160 remaining. Inside, McMichael. Thomas wanted to travel. They won't get one. Now Creech through. Has to kick out. He barely does to Martin. Up top, McCalla for 3. It rattles out and back in. What a shot from Doug McCalla. The Owls get a lucky roll of their own. You can sense the building wants to come unglued here. They lead by 7. Inside, the shot doesn't go and they get a stop. Doug McCalla with the biggest shot of the night for 3. In the corner, it's AJ Creech. Now hands it off to Tyson Engett. 2 minutes to play, 77-70. McCalla hands it off. Creech a pull-up J, shorts, and Thomas with a stop, and then a foul, a ticky-tacky one. The way things have been called tonight, it's on Creech. So it'll be, we're in the bonus, both teams are, so we'll be walking to the other free throw line here with 1:52 left, and that's not a good foul for UMPI because it stops the clock and it gives Thomas 2 shots. Off the mark on the first. There's Blackman leading the Terriers with 17. Mitchell has 11 and Kim with 9. Let's see another good game unfolding. Down in Castine, Cowaskill on top by 2. They led by 2 at half. They're about half an hour behind this one. They started at 6. And there's the Owls leaders. So Mitchell makes 1 of 2. McCalla needs somebody to inbound to. He does get it to Creech. So McCalla out there with the 4 fouls, keep in mind, but under 2 minutes. Creech bounces it. No call, and the timeout will be taken. A good one here by Coach Dan Kane. I love that. With the Owls on top, you got to make sure you're taking care of it. He's just going to remind that here with his guys real quick. 1:42 to play in the game. Here's a look at the North Atlantic Conference bracket. Winner of this to play Husson on Sunday, unofficially, but likely 1 p.m. will that game be. And then Cowaskill MMA will play the winner of Farmington. Also on Sunday, I'm sure of the time there. And the championship will be next Saturday, February 28th rather. The new format of the playoffs is the first year of it. I think it's a positive review from everybody just about as to how this new format goes. Everybody plays everybody twice. There's no advantage there or anything with the East-West dynamic. Dyson Engett to inbound with 1:42 left. He gets it to McCalla. Back to Engett, a give and go to the rim. It was blocked in there by somebody. The Terriers with a stop. Now they'll go quick in the corner. It's Desimone back into the game for Thomas. Stolen by McMichael, and a foul there on Thomas. A big steal by Aki McMichael. So Aki McMichael will go to the line. It's still a 1-and-1. Coach Kane talking to some of his guys here before McMichael goes to the line for this 1-and-1. These are huge. McMichael hits on the first. The Owls going to clear out. Going to show the confidence they have in Aki to make these. And he got both. Aki McMichael, one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. Puts UMPI on top by 8 here with 1:25 to go. It's the bewitching hour for Thomas. Inside, a foul there on Doug McCalla, and he is out of the game now. That is his 5th. They got to get James Yamashita in, and McCalla will hope that his guys can pull this thing out as he gives them a hug in the paint. So that'll send Godley to the line. It'll be 2. I think it was in the act of shooting anyway, but they're in the double bonus as well. So McCalla out for the final time tonight. He will finish with 17 huge points for the Owls, especially in that second half. He came up big, as the first one is good from Godley. .121 left. This one would cut it to 6. And he gets it. Big free throws for Godley as he shoots the students a look. And UMPI will inbound with 1:20 left. Every possession huge. Aki McMichael takes it up. Each coach with 2 timeouts, a 60 and a 30. Coach Kane is going to be wise about it. He will stop. McMichael hesitates and then goes through, still with it as he takes the shot clock down to 13. McMichael, right side, a pull-up mid-ranger, short. And a rebound by Thomas with under a minute left. Now the Terriers have to go quick. Coach Mason Pollard wants a timeout. He'll be given it, as with 52.4 left. The Terriers will have it right in front of their bench. But what a game we've had tonight. 79-73, 52.4 seconds. The Owls trying to hang on and move on to the NAC semifinals. It'll be their first playoff win since 2022-2023. Here's a look at the team stats as they stand right now. Owls have really shot it well in this second half. Went from 40% at the end of the first to 50%. Just five threes. Same goes for Thomas. The rebound battle close. Free throws have been big for UMPI. Points in the paint, dead even. Turnovers, almost dead even. And individually, Aki McMichael with his best game of the season. 28 points. He had 26 in the opener against UMA. Hasn't had this mark since. 7 rebounds from him as well. Doug McCalla fouled out with 17 and 6. Engit with 9, hasn't scored this half. Still has been big on all phases. Owls will break the huddle, as will the Terriers. As Wadeen stands to his feet, the students, there's a lot of them, are standing up over on the right side. Actually, no, it won't be free throws. I apologize. It'll be sideline out of bounds for the Terriers. They get it in. Godley up top, now to Blackman, the guy they want with it. Blackman gets through, he's fouled. No finish this time, but Blackman will go to the line. Here's another look at that one with 47.4 seconds. We'll see the whole sequence. Blackman around the top. Oh, I don't know about that one. I really don't know. AJ Creech got it. He's keeping his composure. But he just kind of stood there and he actually almost looked like he ducked out of the way. That's the 4th on Creech. And it's good. Thomas has cut it to 5 now with 47.4 seconds. These are huge from Blackman, but he's a good free throw shooter. Makes them both. 4-point game. Into AJ Creech. He's fouled right away by Nate Hebert. And now AJ Creech will go to the line here, and this is where the game is won and lost in a game like this. Thomas fighting to stay in it. 79-75. The Owls trying to exercise some of the ghosts of the last 2 postseasons, where they lost heartbreakers to Farmington. This year it's Thomas at home, which has definitely helped them tonight. Creech does hit the first. Nobody in there to rebound for UMPI. Shot on the way, and it's good. 80-75. Thomas takes it up. Looks for the play call. 1 timeout remaining for the Terriers. 38 seconds left. Inside it's Godley, gonna try to back down Martin. His baby hook shot rattles home. And we're back to 4, 81-77, 33.3. The Owls just need to take care of it. McMichael's fouled coming up the sideline. It's on Hebert again, who just is second. He's picked up 2 quick ones, the guy they want out there. Didn't have any foul trouble. Now Aki McMichael is at the free throw line. Good on the first. And that is big, makes it a 5-point game. And he got the friendly roll. McMichael has 30. The Owls are 21 for 22 from the line tonight. Up ahead, a quick basket to the rim. No, the follow by Blackman doesn't go. The Owls with a rebound, and now Engit is fouled with 22.8. Godley frustrated underneath. Here's a look. He got to the rim, Godley did, but he was unable to get there to go. And then Blackman had a golden opportunity to follow it, and it just doesn't go. And that puts Engit, another good free throw shooter. Almost everybody on UMPI is good, especially tonight at the line here. This could win the game. And he's good on the first. It's now a 3-possession game with 22.8 seconds. Just 1 timeout remaining for Thomas. And he got the second. 85-77. Tyson Engett with a big shot at the free throw line, and the Owls are on top by 8. Blackman up ahead. He finished. The Owls inclined just to let him go there, not foul and stop the clock. And get to inbound. 2 timeouts remaining for Coach Dan Kane. He'll get through, and McMichael bumped with 15.8. That'll prolong it and send Aki McMichael back to the line. The way UMPI has shot it tonight at the line. McMichael, perhaps the best guy at it. I feel bad for the poor sap that is the only for UMPI, that the only one to miss. We'll see who it is. It was Tariq Martin, the only guy to miss. He was 2 for 3. As McMichael hits on the first. And again, it's a 3-possession game. He's 10 of 10 at the line. He's got 32 points. And the Owls have all but closed it out. Here comes Desimone. One last hope for Thomas. In the corner, a 3 on the way. No good. It clanks off the rim. Rebounded by Engett. And the Owls can dribble out the remaining time as McMichael was fouled with 2.5 seconds. UMPI can feel it now. All that's left is the celebrating with 2.5 seconds. The Owls have extended their season by closing out this game in the second half. In and out on the second. That's just second miss all night. But it doesn't matter. UMPI is headed to the semifinals. 88-79, the final tonight. In a hard-fought game, but Thomas just didn't quite have enough in the end. What a game we had, and we'll try to get a post-game interview here. I haven't decided who I'm going to get yet, but stay tuned. We're not done tonight. I'll have highlights after as well. Check. Aki, you had 32 points on the night, 10 of 11 from the line. The team was awesome from the line tonight. How's it feel to gut out a game like that with a team like that played that hard?
It feels amazing, man. I'm proud of my team. I'm just happy we had another home game and we got to play our best out here.
Yeah, Doug, for you, you fouled out with about 5 minutes left, or well, with about 2 minutes left or so. But you had 17 points, huge second half from you. What'd you kind of tell the guys there as you headed to the bench knowing you were done for the night?
I just told them to finish it out. I mean, that's the great thing about this team. Like, 1 through 15 or 16 we got, I trust every single person on this court. And I mean, when we have a great leader like 2 right here, nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible. So
yeah, Aki, for you, obviously your last season here. How does it feel to extend it, get to Husson, and now have a date with one of the best teams in the conference and a chance to play in the championship?
It feels great. Like I said last week or a couple weeks ago, we were at 9th place. So this is really just proving that we belong here, that we're a top 3 team in the NAC, and we really feel like we're the best. So it's a chance to prove ourselves against the best.
Absolutely, it's always about surviving and advancing, right, Doug? And in a team like that plays so hard and physical, already down without Alicia and Dwayne, it's just awesome to gut one out. How do you feel going into the next matchup?
I feel confident. I mean, we're going to keep doing what we've been doing to get us to this point. So we're not straying away from anything. We're going to come out, we're going to fight, and we're going to win. That's how I feel. So.
Absolutely, guys. Go enjoy it with the team. I appreciate it.
Yes, 1 and 2 is in the NAC, man. Right here.
Yes, sir.
A big thanks to Aki McMichael, Doug McCalla for that, as the Owls end up pulling out the victory, 88-79 in the end. They ice the game at the line, and we'll have some highlights here for you as we will send you out for everybody involved. Dave Gustin on camera. I'm Ricky Goupel, your play-by-play. Appreciate you tuning in. It was the most viewed game, no surprise, as it was a playoff game. First one in 4 years here at UMPI, and the Owls do get it done here, as we'll have the highlights in a moment. Bear with me as I'll get those up. Back to 3. UMPI led by as many as 11 at one point. A crossover move. McMichael starting to take over as he finishes. Big trouble. Needs to find somebody. He does to Creech. Right at the logo. Now he'll toss it over to McCalla. McCalla crossover, spinning left side, lays it in again. And Doug McCalla is getting going. The Terriers were as close as 3, but never closer. They're going to try to cut back in it now. Blackman in the paint, kicks it out. Mitchell thought about it. Now he'll drive. No call, they say. Incidentally, Osmo Mohammed. Mohammed right in front of the UMPI students. Now turns, throws it to Blackman down low. Desimone for 3, left wing. Good. He's been waiting all night for that one to fall. The lob inside to Muhammad, a little mismatch there. He's got Creech on him. Muhammad gonna back him down and get to the rim. And how about a hoop and harm for Thomas? Jaden Kim, the backup guard, will control it. Now goes to the right side, underneath, kicks out. Here's a 3 on the way from Godley. He got it. Big shot for Thomas, and they're back within 3. It seems like the tip out. Here's McMichael underneath. Has something to say. Now dishes out Yamashita, mid-range J, no good from the baseline, but a rebound by McCalla underneath. He's fighting, goes up and makes Doug McCalla take over the ball game. Why don't you? Now on this end, it's Muhammad and up fake. As Yamashita, great give underneath to Blackman, and he finished on this end, and Thomas has a chance to come back with it. Got a new ball game with 10:40 to go. McMichael trying to take it back. He's fouled, and he finished. Hoping that this is short-lived. Jaden Kim at the logo. Got us some space, right side to the rim. How about another and one? Jaden Kim with one as Tariq Martin came. Owls in front by the slimmest of margins. Here's Aki McMichael behind his back, the dribble. Now he'll hesitate, stops underneath, almost turned over. Martin somehow, some way got it back. And Godley over on the left wing. Godley took his time, now take it across the top, and Minihan on the right side. And now it's Muhammad beyond the arc, still all beyond the perimeter. Now a 3 for Kim, pulls the trigger, he banks it home. On Martin, Mitchell has to kick out to Minihan. Now it's Kim again, right wing. The pump fake, trying to step through, he does. Fouled, what a finish by Jaden Kim. I haven't seen a better one tonight. Engit swings to McMichael, a jab step. Aki with having one of his best nights of the season. Here when it matters most, but now Creech gets an opening left side. What an and one by AJ Creech. As the Jim Engit. Owls trying to hang on to this 5-point lead. Every possession increasingly more important as Creech runs, and he finishes. What a take by AJ Creech. He's at 160 remaining. Inside, McMichael. Thomas wanted to travel. They won't get one. Now Creech through, has to kick out. He barely does to Martin. Up top, McCalla for 3. It rattles out and back in. What a shot from Doug McCalla. The Owls get